What up, athletes? Whoop, whoop. All right. Here's our worksheet. I'm just going to work through a couple of these. There is an answer key that is here in the classroom for you to look at as well. So just keep that in mind. But and it'll be online on the Canvas page as well. But here we go. So point slope form practice worksheet. Don't forget, point slope form is the y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. Where y1 and x1 are literally just your xy points for the point we're given. So we leave the y and the x alone. We just plug in values for y1, x1, and the slope. All right. So write an equation in point slope form. This literally means this. This is my x point. This is my y point. Here's my slope. I'm going to say y minus my y value of 7 equals my slope times my x minus my x value of 2. Boom. And that's done. There's nothing we need to simplify right here. We're good. Just to take that a little bit further, I'm trying to find one that might actually need some simplification. Okay, so I'll do 3 real quick, then we'll call it good for this section. That's y minus my y value of -5 equals my slope of 6 times x minus my x value of 4. Well, these two negatives make a positive, so honestly, I'm just going to turn them into a positive and call it good. That's the magic. All right, so let's go down here, take a look, see what we have. We need to graph the equations below. So these are all in point slope formula, right? Which is really nice. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this into y equals mx plus b form. There's other things you can do, but that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to look at this and be like, hey, first step is distribute. Y plus 4 equals, that's going to be -3 times x is -3x minus 6. Boom. And then the second step to turn into your slope-intercept form is just to subtract or add. On this side, in this case, we're going to subtract 4 minus 4, and I get, I'm just going to write it down here, y, that goes away, equals, that should be an x anyway, -3x minus 10. Okay? That's it. So now I can go ahead and graph it. Now, clearly I can't go down to -10, or excuse me, all right, for my thing. But what you do got to know is, notice that the original equation, we actually can extrapolate what one of our points is from this. Remember, it's y minus y1 equals our slope times x minus x1. So when you get into y equals mx plus v form, in this case, it's not going to graph well. So what do I got to do for that? Well, I just look at the original equation. If it's minus a y1, the only way that turns to a plus is if that y value was originally a -4. Excuse me, over here, -4. The only way that x, the subtraction, turns into positive is if that's a -2 for the original point. So the original point they used was -2, -4, which is -2, -1, 2, 3, 4. And if we're looking at it, what is the slope? The slope is -3. So that would be down 3 over 1, but instead we'll go backwards. Up 1, 2, 3, back 1. Perfect. And I'll just go that route. Up 1, 2, 3, and back 1. Just go the opposite direction. Label your x, y. Label your 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have done. And do this one. I'm going to pick the point right here, which is 1, 2. Well, let's set this up. X, 1. So that means my slope equals 3 over 1, which equals 3. Boom. And the point I'm going to use is 3, 1. That works. And so when I write it in point slope form, that's y minus my y value of 1 equals my slope of 3 times x minus my x value of 3. Boom. Look at that. And we're done. Do you see how easy that was? Not bad at all. Okay. These right here, the only thing different is that as far as being given a point, you're given 2 points. You just need to calculate slope. And how do we do slope? We know that our slope is equal to our y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is just subtract your y values, divide by the subtraction of your x values. So when I subtract my y values, 2 minus -2, right? Just writing those down. And then I'm going to have negative 3 minus 9 on bottom. These become a plus. I end up with 4 over, that's a positive 4, over negative 3 minus 9 is negative 12. And 4 goes into 4 once, goes into 12 3 times. So my slope is negative 1/3. And I'm going to pick a point. Let's pick a point, negative 3, 2. I like negative 3, 2. So 4, negative 3, comma 2. Again, just put it right in there. Y minus my y value of 2 equals my slope, negative 1/3, times x minus my x value of negative 3. Again, 2 negatives make a positive, and there we go. We have this point slope form. Okay? And we're going to do some practice back here. Just going to standard form, guys. Under standard form is just putting it. The big thing about standard form is no fractions or decimals. X must be positive. Okay? So if that's true, let's look at one of these. If I've got a slope and I've got the y-intercept, I can put it in y equals mx plus b form, right? So I'm going to have y equals 3 halves x minus 1. And then I'm just going to subtract my 3 halves. Well, first of all, I got to multiply everything by 2. Let's get rid of that fraction, right? 2, 2, 2. So I'm going to have 2y equals, that cancels out, 3x minus 2. And I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, minus 3x. I'm going to write it over here. What do I get? I get negative 3x plus 2y equals negative 2. I need x to be positive, so I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1, and I get 3x, minus 2y equals positive 2. Boom. That's what we're doing here. Same thing all through here, except on these ones, just find 2 points that work. I got a point there, point there. I can go up 3 over 3. I know that my slope is 3, right? I see my y-intercept right here at 0, 0, so my b equals 0. I have y equals 3x. Again, in this case, I just subtract y over. So I get 0 equals 3x minus y. And then I can just flip it, right? 3x minus y equals 0. And that's standard form. Okay? So that should really get you through this. The last part is here. Again, find the slope. In all of these cases, you're given a y-intercept. So you know your b value. Once you know that, put it in slope-intercept form, and then just solve it for ax plus by equals c. All right, that's it. That should get you through. Answer key is also on here. Make sure you know how to do this. This is the best. Repetition is your friend. Peace out.